Hi, my name is Xadra. I'm from Hersit Small Group. This is my story. In 2018 of September, I graduated with a master's degree in acupuncture after studying Chinese medicine in Shanghai for 8 years. The time has come for me to make a decision if I was going to pursue a career in Shanghai or to return back to Penang. After much prayer, God was silent. However, I took the liberty to make a trip back home for a break while waiting on God. 2 months after my return, I started working as a salaried Chinese medicine practitioner, but I was still struggling seeing my future here. Each time when I pray, God told me to trust Him. In January 2019, a miracle took place. I was offered a contract job in the GH in Kepala Batas, where their Chinese medicine practitioner has not changed for the last 10 years. But after 5 months, I was unemployed again because the company that hired me was not able to renew the contract with the hospital. I started getting worried again. One day, I bumped into my primary school tuition teacher in a church service. When she found out that I was jobless, she engaged me to be her personal acupuncturist, and thereafter she introduced me to her other friends. This is how I started doing house call as a Chinese medicine practitioner. Weeks turned into months. I started asking God if being self-employed is His career path for me. I then asked Him to provide me with the means to pay my monthly car installment as a confirmation. Being self-employed and not knowing what the future holds disturbed me greatly. Different ones were also telling me the risks and dangers of making house calls as a lady acupuncturist. In February 2020, after being self-employed for 6 months, I started seeking God again. I felt that it was time for me to make a decision, either to leave Penang or to continue staying in Penang and wait for God's direction. One day, a friend calls and invited me to co-partner with her to develop Chinese medicine career in KK. But the day before my flight to KK, I was hospitalized. I took this as a confirmation from God that KK was not His plan. During my time in the hospital, I was really worried that I will need to start over after my discharge. God took care of this concern of mine too. While in the hospital, I received a call for a new appointment. After my discharge, I was able to start treating patients again. In these 1.5 years, God has helped me to see that indeed, the step of a righteous man is ordered by the Lord. I have always doubted my ability of being self-employed, but now I'm beginning to see God's provision on this unplanned startup journey. God's provided for my monthly car installment, and ever since we entered the RMCO period, my house call appointment have steadily increased. I know that God is not finished with me yet. I may still have moments when I'm struggling with my unplanned startup journey and what the future business may be. But one thing I'm confident in is my steps are ordered by God.